Hello, everyone. Wow, Ellen, thank you for that warm and great introduction. Um, my name is Paul Park, and I'm from Las Vegas, and I'm thrilled to be speaking with all of you tonight. As Ellen had shared, I've been in the new skin business for about 10 years now, and it's probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. Prior to Nu Skin, my background was in finance, and I worked in that field throughout my 20s. However, as I turned 30, I realized that I wanted more out of my life. The thought of working at a job for the next 30 to 40 years was absolutely dreadful, and I didn't want to spend my life trading my time for a paycheck. This year, I'll be turning 41, and thanks to Nu Skin, I'm able to live my life how I want without having to worry about a job or a boss. Right now, during this time, this pandemic, so many people have lost their jobs. I read a statistic that in the past 4 to 5 months, 44 million people lost their jobs. And I'm sure right now, so many of them are feeling vulnerable. So many of them are feeling nervous and uncertain about their futures. And for all the people that are on this call, what you're building in the Nu Skin business is something that you'll never have to worry about in regards to a recession coming or your job being gone or your boss is laying you off. So kudos on being here. And last night actually Ellen texted me and asked me what exactly I would be training on and what my topic was going to be. And I was kind of struggling with what type of training to do for tonight's call. I have partners on this call that have been in the business for a couple of years, and I also have partners here that have been in this business for just a couple of days. And I realized that regardless of how long anyone has been in this business or what level they may be in this business, everyone's goal is ultimately the same. Everybody wants to be successful in Nu Skin. And I realized that that's what I'm going to focus my training on tonight. That's so I titled it simply Success Training. And I'm going to be talking about the qualities necessary to be successful in our business. Now, when people meet someone that's successful, they think that that successful person's journey looked like this, just a straight road to the life of their dreams. And in reality, what that road to success actually looked like is this. There's lots of roadblocks, detours, potholes, and so many other challenges that they couldn't have imagined back then. And the difference between a successful person and an average person is that the successful person had the mindset that nothing was going to stop them in achieving their goal. And throughout your journey with Nu Skin, I'm sure you all have big goals, but you need to be prepared for all the obstacles that you're going to encounter along the way. Now, there are 3 keys to success. And the 3 keys to success in our business is skills, knowledge, and mindset. You will need to have knowledge on our products and business, the skills to communicate and market them effectively, and to truly be successful, you need to build a team and lead them. And building a team is the part that requires a strong mindset. And all the leaders in Nu Skin have had people who have quit their business along the way. It's a normal part of our business. But why do people quit? It's not because they lack the skills or knowledge. People quit in our business when things get hard. And that is a result of having a weak mindset. So even though in this chart, you can see these 3 keys to success, what it really looks like is this. While all 3 skills are important, mindset is by far the most important thing to be successful in our business. If your goal is to make a couple $100s in Nu Skin, then good skills and knowledge alone can probably earn you that level of money. But when I talk about success and you want to build a big business that will have leveraged income, then you will need to build a truly big organization. I want to talk to you guys about the power of leveraged income because I know some people don't really understand the concept of leveraged income. So there are 2 types of income that anybody in the world can earn, linear income and leveraged income. And to put it simply, linear income is earned from your own efforts, and leveraged income is earned from the efforts of others. So let me give you an example. Let's assume an Uber driver. An Uber driver is paid for each ride that they give, and their income is limited to how many rides they can give every day. Their income is limited by time. You cannot drive an Uber for more than 24 hours a day. Now, driving an Uber is an example of linear income. Another example of linear income are people who have jobs, employees, and other types of gig workers. Now, how can we explain leveraged income then? Instead of thinking about the Uber driver, let's think about the owner of Uber, okay? So the owner of Uber, rather than drive and give rides, he spent years building a network of drivers and customers on his Uber platform. And the owner is paid a percentage of every single Uber driver in the world. There is no limit to how much he can earn. Right now, there are about 3 million Uber drivers around the world. And the owner of Uber, he earns a small percentage from every single one of those drivers. Other examples of people who earn leveraged income are business owners and investors. Now, there's a quote that I love from John D. Rockefeller. And for those of you who don't know who Rockefeller is, he is the world's first billionaire. And in that quote, he said, "I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." His quote describes the power of leverage. And to me, Nu Skin is the best opportunity for any normal person to create leveraged income. So how do we build a big Nu Skin business? There are two ways to go about building our Nu Skin business. And I call this top down and bottom up. Top down is selling the business opportunity, which will result in recruiting new sales partners. Bottom up is selling the products, which results in creating new customers. Now, I encourage all of my partners to do the business top down. If you approach a person with the business opportunity and they say no, you can still make them a customer. So let me give you an example. Let's say I am the founder of Burger King, and I'm talking to a friend of mine, and I say, you know what, I got a great business opportunity selling these Whopper sandwiches. Are you interested? And my friend may say, you know what, no thanks, I'm not interested. I'm very happy where I am right now. Then I can respond, that's fine, you know, this business is not for everyone. At least try a burger. They're absolutely delicious, and I know you'll love it. And even though that friend may have turned down the business opportunity, I can still make them a customer of my business. Now, if I were approaching the business bottom up, the scenario would be very different. It would probably go like this. I'll be like, hey, you know, how are you doing? You want to try one of these delicious flame broiled burgers? It's called the Whopper. And if my friend were to say, no, you know what? I don't want to have your burger. I can't go on and continue and say, okay, you don't want my burger? That's okay. Do you want to start a business selling these burgers then? If you think of that scenario, it's kind of backwards. And that's why going top down always gives you the opportunity to still build a customer base, but offer the business opportunity first. Now, depending on the country you're in, the culture you're in, people will have different styles and approaches to this business. No matter which way you choose to approach this business, one thing is for sure. You need to be able to sell. And when it comes to this, always remember one thing, that facts tell and stories sell. This is probably one of the things that we need to learn how to do really well. One of the things that we need to really understand. If you want to be successful in Nu Skin, you need to learn to be a really great storyteller. And why is that? Well, to put it simply, we are in the direct selling business. We're not in the direct telling business, right? So because we are in direct selling, I want you all to think about the last person that you spoke to about Nu Skin. What was that conversation like? What did you share with them? Now, let me give you two examples of how to talk to people using our TR90 product. I know right now in Korea, TR90 is one of the hottest products. And the way that we go about talking about our business with the TR90, there's two different ways. And I realized that many people will talk using facts. And the powerful way to do it is to use stories. So if I were talking about the TR90 program using facts. I would say, our TR90 program is really great. Our shakes have 20 grams of protein in them. In addition to that, in our Jumpstart product, which is a tea that you drink, there's an ingredient called the prickly pear, and it's high in antioxidant, vitamins, and minerals. And let's not forget about the green tea extracts in our Control and Fit. Oh, this product is so great. Are you interested in selling this product with me and doing the business? And if you think about that statement and the way that I presented our business through TR90, there's a lot of great info, but it's so fact-driven. There's nothing that really appeals to people. There's nothing that really makes an emotional connection with that person. Unless I'm talking to, a very high-level scientist who's, very aware of all these different ingredients and what they do for the body, the normal person is not going to really care about all that data and all those facts. To me, I don't really provide a lot of facts or data when I talk to people about Nu Skin. And the reason for that is there is so many great resources out there that can share and provide those facts and data. My goal as the business owner, as the CEO of my Nu Skin business, is to present the bigger vision, to open people's minds and hearts, to make an emotional connection with them so that they'll follow me into this business. Of course, it doesn't mean that I can't learn, that I shouldn't know about it. Of course, we need to know about it, but we shouldn't be using that in our way to really pitch and promote and market our business. When you look at the CEOs of, let's say, Apple, and somebody may ask a question about the iPhone, the CEO is not going to answer all those technical questions. They're going to refer them to one of the lead scientists or one of the lead techs to describe deeper into the science. And I feel like our business is the same way. Like Tim Cook, I'm sure he can explain the different mechanisms that, make the iPhone and iPad work. But why is he going to spend all that time when he could leverage all the tools that are out there? When it comes to our partner Nu Skin, they've provided so many amazing resources. We have our own scientists making videos on YouTube explaining the products, explaining the ingredients, and explaining all the details and facts and data. There's no reason for us to do that. We just need to connect those people that are interested in those facts to where that information is. The way that I would rather approach the story of TR90 is to give an example, to give a testimonial. A friend of mine from college has always struggled with his weight. He's a fairly tall guy, so everyone just saw him as a really big dude. But as a result of his body fat being so high, he struggled with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and he was at really high risk of developing type 2 diabetes. He's tried pretty much every weight loss program on the market. He has tried every different type of fat diet. And you know what? All that stress, it led him with anxiety, depression. And, a few months ago, I saw how much he was struggling. And I shared with him our product, our TR90 program. And let me tell you, in the beginning, he was really reluctant because he's tried so many different things. But I told him to trust me. And I told him that we're a little bit different about how we approach it. And reluctantly, he went on the product. And after a couple months, he was able to drop about 5% in body fat. But more importantly, his cholesterol has gone down, his blood pressure has gone down, and his doctor has shared that he is no longer at risk for diabetes. His story is just one of thousands of stories that I can share about our TR90 program. Now, this program launched around 2014, and since then it's done over $1 billion in sales, and it's just one product in my business. My business is blowing up, and I am looking for business leaders who want to ride this wave with me. The market's too big for me to handle on my own, and the training, the business platform, and all the tools you need are provided at no cost. Do you know anyone who's looking for opportunities right now? A 2-minute story. I was able to talk about the before and after results of the TR90 product. I was able to drop little nuggets of information about the sales, about the opportunity. And even if this person were to turn down the business, that story can be impactful enough for them to at least become a customer of that product. This is the difference between telling facts and telling stories. Now, I know that it's not easy to tell a story confidently, persuasively. This is something that takes a lot of practice. And if there's one skill that all of you need to really focus on, to really master, it's being successful, is becoming a great storyteller in Nu Skin. When you share a story with people, remember that your goal, what you are ultimately selling through that story, is your confidence and your belief in Nu Skin's business and products. People do not follow facts. People follow people. And the only type of people that people will follow are leaders who are confident, leaders who have strong belief in what they're talking about. But so many people struggle with talking confidently and with high belief. Mostly new people will struggle with this. And of course, they're going to struggle with this. It's absolutely normal because you're new in the business. Confidence comes from experience. Experience comes from practice and effort and action. So if you want to build a big team, your confidence and belief in this business has to be absolutely unshakable. But like I said, no one's confidence and belief is high in the beginning. There's so many ups and downs in this business. There's so many highs and lows that you're going to experience. The first couple months, the first couple years for me, I've had so many highs and lows where I wanted to quit the business, where my confidence was completely shattered because I went on a meeting and that person flat out rejected me, where my belief started to waver because I was being faced with rejection after rejection. So what do you do at times like that? We need to rebuild our confidence and belief levels. That's why it's so important to have regular meetings with your sponsors, with your uplines, with your team members. And that's why it's also so important to plug into these types of trainings, to plug into opportunity meetings so you can hear again the vision of Nu Skin, so you can be reminded why you're doing this business. It's so important to build these types of events. And when you hear success stories, you always hear how somebody went to convention and they were sitting in the back, highest, furthest seats, and they saw all these people being recognized on the stage for their achievements and their success. And what that really is saying, you know what, if all these people can do it, why can't I do it? And it strengthens your belief and your confidence, and you start to rebuild your battery so that you can go back out in the field to fight another day. So always remember that it's really your posture. What kind of energy, what kind of vibe are you giving off to people when you're talking to them? Are you absolutely certain that if they join this business, it can improve their lives? That's what you need to portray to people. We're in the business of helping people, and we help people in several ways. If you're talking about our products, we help people look younger, we help people feel younger. If you're talking about the business side, you're talking about how we help people with their financial issues, with their time management issues, and we can offer freedom and things that they don't usually have. But if I'm talking to them and I don't have that strong belief where they're like, man, Paul knows what he's talking about, and I may not understand this business 100% yet, but I believe him. Look at the confidence, hear the confidence in his voice. That's what people care about. So you don't have to worry so much about all the words that you're using. It doesn't have to come out perfectly. It just has to come out with positivity and confidence. As you go out and talk to people in our business, every single person that you're talking to has two thoughts in their mind. And those two thoughts are, is this real? And can I do it? If you've been talking to someone about Nu Skin and you want to find out why they're not joining yet, and you feel like, why haven't they joined me? Why are they stuck? Where are they stuck? Ask them this simple question, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I have no interest in Nu Skin, and 10 being, I want to join Nu Skin right now. Ask them, where is their interest level on that scale? And wait for them to give you a number. If they come back with the number 1, 2, or 3, that means that the timing is not right for them and you should just move on to the next person. If they answer 4, 5, 6, or 7, the question that they're struggling with in their mind is this real? And for you to address this issue with them, for you to bring them to a 10, what you need to do is just provide them with more info. So I frankly tell someone, okay, if you're at a 6, it means that you're still unsure about our opportunity. What more information do I need to provide to you to bring your interest level higher? And then at that time, they will share with you, you know what, Paul, maybe I need to hear the compensation plan again. Or maybe I need to try this product a little longer. And if they share that information with you, you know exactly where to proceed so you can close them eventually. Now, if they respond and say, you know what, my interest level right now is right about an 8 or a 9. People will never respond to 10, okay? They'll usually say, oh, you know, I'm kind of at an 8 or 9. This means that they've probably heard a BOM, that they're probably already using our products, that they've been exposed to Nu Skin several times. And what they're really struggling with is the second question of, can I do it? What holds people back from joining our business is really this second question. And everybody goes through this before they actually sign up. Every single prospect that we have has fear, uncertainty, and doubt in their minds. If you want to be a successful leader in Nu Skin and in this business, you need to be able to alleviate these issues. You need to be able to alleviate their fears, their uncertainty, their doubt. You know, they're thinking, you know, I know this business works for a lot of people. I know this company is strong. The compensation is really great. The products are awesome, but I don't know if I can do it. At that time, you're going to need to have your confidence and belief really overshadow their fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If your confidence and belief is stronger than their fears and uncertainty, then they will follow you. When they're at an 8, 9, or 10, I don't even talk about Nu Skin's products or business model anymore. I say, if you're at an 8, 9, or 10, it means that you know this is real. And you're probably struggling with the question of if you can do this or not. And everybody struggles with this question because nobody has experience in our business. You're going to have to learn it. But trust me, I know you can do this business or I wouldn't have called you. The training will be provided. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. If you're struggling with, can I do this business? Just trust me and let's get started today. And if you can talk to people sincerely and genuinely like that, that's how you're going to be able to close people. You know, our business is all about exposing and closing. The first part, is this real? That's the exposing. The can I do it part, where they struggle, that's where you need to close them. And you're not going to close them by giving them another demo. You're not going to close them by giving them another presentation on the compensation plan. The only way you're going to close them is by letting them know, don't worry, I know you're scared. I know you're uncertain, and I know you're doubting your ability to succeed. I've been there already. My sponsors have been there already. All these people have been where you are. Take the leap of faith and let's get started. This is the way that we need to talk to people. You know, I think about leadership a lot. You know, that's a lot of the things that I'm studying up on now. When I first started the business, I read so many books about network marketing, how to invite, communicating effectively, and because I needed to improve on my skills for this business. I wanted to learn how to talk intelligently about our business. Now I'm at a level where I'm wondering, how can I motivate our teams? What is the level, next level of leadership training that I need? And I love how our past America's president spoke about leadership. For those that have been in our Nu Skin business for a few years, prior to Tyler Whitehead, the previous president of the Americas region was Scott Schwartz. He's no longer with us, but he was so great in simplifying things. And when it came to leadership, he simplified it so perfectly. He said, leadership is simple. As leaders, we have two jobs to do: reduce fear and raise confidence. And I realized that as we go out there, whether we're talking to a prospect who's interested in our opportunity, we know they're fearful. So we need to reduce their fear and raise their confidence. As those people join the business, they're new to the business, they're going out in the field, they're working hard, they're doing demos, they're meeting with people, and they're getting rejected. And they're every time, they go to a meeting or an event, their energy levels are up here, their motivation levels are so high, and after 2-3 days, they're in the field, they get rejected, and they hit a slump. And as their sponsor, as their leader, what is your job? To reduce their fear and raise their confidence. We got to keep things very simple in our business. Use stories to really open people's minds, make that connection with them. And as those stories open their mind, we want to be able to close them. When I'm traveling on my business trips, I sit and meet people all the time and meet with people all the time. And, in the beginning, talking about, closing this business, trust me and follow me in this business, it's hard for new people because maybe they haven't yielded the results yet. But it's okay. It doesn't matter where you are now. The important thing is where you're going. So people may ask you, well, how much are you earning now, Paul? How many years have you been in the business? What level are you at? Don't ever shy away from that. When you get these kinds of questions, that's when people's confidence and posture will kind of shrivel up. They'll be like, oh, I'm not making that much now. Your confidence has to be stronger than ever in that moment. In that moment is when you have to be like, you know what? I've only been in this business for a couple of years. Any business, it will be considered a startup. My business is still in the infancy and growth stage. But let me be clear to you. In the next couple of years, I will be reaching the highest levels of the company, and I'm looking for people to take along with me on this journey. It doesn't matter how much I make now. It matters how much I'm going to make in the next couple of years. How much would you like to make in the next couple of years? Stop letting people shake your confidence levels. And if it's something that you struggle with right now, you know what? It's okay. Utilize your uplines. That's why it's important in the beginning to have the ABC meetings, the 3-way phone calls, so that as you expose your people and your friends to Nu Skin's business opportunity, you may not be able to close them. Who will be able to close them? Somebody else, your sponsor or upline. So this is why you need to utilize your team. You need to really work closely with your sponsor. You're going out in the field, and your job is to bring people who've been exposed enough, who are at the 8, 9, and 10 level, right? Your job is to do the 5, 6, and 7s, and you bring those people who are at the 8s to your sponsor and let your sponsor close them. This is the very definition of teamwork. This is how our business can grow very fast. Leverage the tools around you. Leverage your sponsors. Now, I know I've compressed a lot of information in a short amount of time. It's because I wanted to really jam-pack a lot of the things to kind of give you the big picture of what we really need to do. If you're new to the business, stop stressing about having to learn every ingredient in our products. Stop stressing about how to talk about everything perfectly. Just get out there with the belief that your life is going to improve through Nu Skin. And that's really what, the training, that's really the training that we really need in our business. I really sincerely want every single person on this call to succeed. And wherever you are in this business, whatever level you're at, always remember that there is no limit to your growth. And as your business continues forward, there are moments where you are going to be uncomfortable, you are going to be nervous, anxious, stressed out. You know what? That's part of growth. I know we all have big goals and dreams. We all want to improve our lives and change it for the better. And in order to change our lives, we need to change ourselves. That's why I love this slide, and I'll close with this. So you know, strive for continual change, embrace that change, and let's show the world what New Skin is all about. Thank you guys, and I look forward to plugging in with you again next week.
All right. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Paul. Like